For me, it is a part of my own piecing together the remembering of who we are at our core, which is kind of the ultimate question for the yogis was, what is it that would eliminate all suffering? And at various levels we address suffering. So at a very deep spiritual level, but also in our day-to-day lives. How do we address suffering? How do we come more into balance with ourselves through, healing modalities, through how we nourish ourselves, how we spend time with our friends and family, how do we relate to each other. So for me, it's very much about how do we address suffering at all its different levels, and how do we free ourselves from the things that cause suffering. And so in that is, again, a very deep notion that comes through a lot of the spiritual traditions that speak about liberation. I'm sharing what has been really powerful for me in my own life. So I do a lot of things that a lot of people probably don't do. I teach yoga, so I'm always practicing some form of yoga, and that's certainly not limited to asana. But I participate on a lot of retreats that deepen my own experience. So whether it's deepening my learning and experience of plant intelligence, or Yoga Nidra is a very big focus of mine these days, which is essentially a meditation technique, but ultimately is somewhat of a secret doorway into this path of liberation, essentially. And it opens deep channels of meditation. It's important for me to share this because what I've come across, in the experiences that I've had, sitting solo in the wilderness, to panchakarma, to various fasts and cleanses, to yoga retreats, to deeper Yoga Nidra studies. All of these vehicles of transformation have led me to a much deeper understanding of who I am at my essence and my core. So I think a lot of people are in search of that, and what I feel strongly about is sharing what has worked for me, and also really creating a safe space for people to experience some of these powerful modalities. And I think there's a lot out there where one has to be discerning whether you're in good hands. And so it's been important for me, and I've been really lucky to have been able to sit with people who hold a beautiful, safe space. And that is important to me, to hold that space for others. And I have many years of experience doing it, not just as a participant, but also as a guide, holding teacher trainings for the past well over a decade now. So guiding people through their transformational experiences, in a sense, becomes a bit of a rite of passage. And I think it's really important that, those who hold that kind of container do it in a very clear kind of way. So I feel that I have that to offer.